One of the very important things that you want to know at the beginning of your campaign is whether or not your product message is understood by your audience. What this means is that your product speaks clearly to a pain or desire that your audience has. So let me give you an example. Have you heard of the GoPro camera? The GoPro is a very good example of a product that has very clear product messaging. So let's look at GoPro's website. The first thing that will strike you when you come to GoPro's website, is actually the use of pictures and videos to show the message of GoPro. On the left hand side here, you will see GoPro stands for Be a Hero. It speaks to me straight away that a GoPro lets me become, the hero that I've never got to be in my life. It speaks to me of the part that longs to do crazy stuff or to do YOLO things, which is you only live once. So you can see that a GoPro camera is actually a very good example of a product that has clear messaging. So now, how do you know whether or not your product message is actually accurate? Or how does it resonate well with your audience? The good news is that there is a very fast and inexpensive way to test out your product message, and that is through Facebook ads. To show you how, let's go to facebook.com. Okay, and your idea here is this. When you arrive at Facebook, you want to look at all these ads, and you will actually test your product message through all these advertisements. To create a product advertisement, so click on the top right hand side, click the drop down, and click on create ads. Okay, and the cool thing about Facebook ad is that it allows you to create different types of advertisement. You can do clicks to websites, website conversions, page likes. Okay, but for the interest of this product messaging, I'm just going to show you clicks to website. And you type in firstly the website that you want to promote. In my case, I'm just going to show you the crowdfunded book since we are talking about the crowdfunded kit. Press enter. And the next thing I'll do is that I'll upload a picture or two. So let's just upload one sample picture of crowdfunded. You can put up to 6 images. And as you scroll down, another thing you have to realize about Facebook ads is that you must have a Facebook page for your business or for your product. So in this case, I'm just going to switch it to the crowdfunded kit. And let's just put in a cool headline. So let's say crowdfunded, copying from GoPro, Be a Hero. Some text, let's say, you become a hero after buying it. Excuse me. And for the call to action button, you can choose shop now, book now, learn more, sign up or download. But personally, I prefer to use learn more because it's not so intimidating rather than having a buy now button. And in real time, you notice on the right hand side, you're able to see how your ads look like in real time. So in the mobile newsfeed, in the desktop newsfeed, and even on the right column, how it look like. And you can always change. Now this is just step one of the ads creation. The next thing I want to show you that is very cool and that I really love a lot about Facebook ads is that you can actually specify your target audience. So in this example, I'm going to show you how we can specify our audience, and you can see that you can even drill all the way down to attributes such as their age, country, interests, hobbies, and even their buying behavior. So for example of crowdfunded, we're just going to look at California. So let's enter California, okay? The trick is to choose a market that is not too big, yet not too small. So California is just nice. Let's choose the age, 24 to 35. Let's leave all genders and everyone who speaks English. And the interests, let's specify technology. And last but not least, the behaviors. And this is what I love a lot about Facebook ads. you can actually choose the buying behavior. So let's just take the example of technology early adopters. Since most people who buy crowdfunded are likely to be tech early adopters, there are more categories and options for you to play with, but I'm not just going to touch it right now. So looking down here, you can actually set your budget. A good start would be about 10 USD a day. So let's just put that in. You don't want to keep a lifetime budget because it's quite expensive. So start with just per day basis and set your ad to run continuously every day. And last but not least, optimize for clicks. Don't choose impressions because clicks are much more targeted. And last but not least, click on review order. Look through once again, and once you're happy, just click place order. Okay, what will happen is that Facebook will actually need to process and approve your advertisement. Usually it takes about an hour or so. Okay, and you look over here, it says in review. Within an hour's time, it will change over to active if everything goes right. So now I'm just going to show you a sample example of a previous campaign that I ran and how I actually use Facebook ads to test whether or not my product message resonated with my target audience. Let me just dig it out for you right now. Okay, and let's look at the campaign. Okay, so this was an ad that I did for our duet campaign. It was a very successful Facebook campaign that actually got over 2 million people reached. But what I want to stress here is this: how do you know whether or not your product message, is resonating or not?
Now, the way to determine if your message resonates or not with your target audience is to look at this parameter that I call the click-through rate. So the click-through rate is this column over here. Okay, and what is a click-through rate? If you do not know, a click-through rate is the ratio of actual clicks to the number of times your advertisement was shown. So that means that, for example, if you have shown your ad 100 times and 10 people click to it, so your click-through rate will be 10 divided by 100, which will make it about 10%, of all clicks. Okay, so if you have a lower click-through rate, then it probably means that your product message isn't strong enough, or maybe it wasn't clear, and you need to tweak the message. But on the other hand, a strong and a high click-through rate will indicate that your product message is getting across well to your target audience. So, but the next question you might be thinking is, what is the right click-through rate then? There really isn't one. Okay, you got to set it one for yourself, but you can always determine it based on market average. So on the market average, a good click-through rate will be somewhere between 6 to 9%, okay? So let me just show you an example from our own campaign. In our own case, we set for ourselves a modest click-through rate target of 8%. So in order for our product message to be considered clear, we had to hit a click-through rate of 8%, okay? And our target audience were people who were into consumer electronics and mobile phones, since we were selling a product that protects mobile phones. So like I said earlier, our target was 8%. And you can see from the testing that we have done here with the various advertisements, okay? I'm just going to ask you to ignore the top few from from these advertisements from Australia and New Zealand upwards, because these were not sufficient enough. But however, those that were in Malaysia, Singapore, UK, and to a certain extent the US, okay, these were the click-through rates we had. For Malaysia, we had a very high click-through rate of 9.663%. So this already surpassed our goal of 8%, alright? So we knew that this message was resonating. And also Singapore was higher at 9.877%. So we knew that Singapore and Malaysian markets, they understood our product message. And for the UK, it was even higher. Okay, we had a click-through rate of 11.294%. So we knew straight away that we were hitting the right notes here. And we knew that we were at the sweet spot, okay? So while this is a full-blown Facebook ad campaign, what you need to know is that we actually only started with $10 a day at first. So for our budget-wise, we started with only $10 and not 150 as you see here, all right? But once we tested enough over a period of 2 weeks, we started to realize patterns appearing, and we knew that okay, since this was the way to go forward, we would go full steam into it. So we knew that to speed things up, that's where we should park our money, and Facebook ads was really the way for us to go forward for the rest of our advertisement. All right. So yeah, in a nutshell, I've talked to you about how you can use Facebook ads to quickly find whether or not your product message resonates with your target audience. So have fun trying out Facebook ads, and I hope that you get very good test results.